Let's trade some options. I got Tom here with me in the studio. Spotted someone going against Tony Zhang, shorting American or selling calls. What'd you see here?
Yeah, let's get this straight. It's not me coming up with these trades. I'm just exploring the option
just the
market,
messenger.
finding some unusual option activity
that's, right.
That's out there. Maybe somebody gets
someone, not some Tom.
Yeah. But the stocks pulled back about 21%. To Tony's, what he was talking about, the pullback that we've seen, not only in the JETS ETF, but the individual names within the JETS ETF. So Americans pulled back about 21%, since hitting those 52-week highs above 19 in July. We've gotten some price target cuts in there. Now, you got to remember, American has the worst balance sheet out of all of them. So, that's always been a concern for them. They did raise their some of their guidance moving forward, even though they did just settle their pilot dispute, 15,000 of their pilots, 21% pay raise combined with contributions to their 401k. I mean, unions are on fire right now. They're winning the battles across the board. But that gives a little bit of clarity to the company moving forward, because demand's still there. TSA numbers right now are above 2019 levels, so that's a bonus for them, even though they haven't increased capacity as much as maybe you or I would like, because
prices aren't dropping much for us.
They're ridiculous. But that being said, somebody may be taking advantage of the thought that we're going to see some more weakness in this space. Remember, if the consumer gets handcuffed here at any point, Oliver, maybe that wage growth slows even more. Job openings were lower than expected. Things start tightening up. Consumer's the first one that's going to pull back their spending. So maybe that's traders banking on that. But they were out in the October monthly series here. And they bought a put spread. So they offset some of their costs on this bearish play by selling a put against a bearish put that they bought. They bought the October 15 strike put 15,000 times, and then they sold 15,000 of the 13 strike put. So only a $2 wide put vertical to the downside here. They paid a debit of 60 cents, so really inexpensive. If this thing goes below 13 over the next 52 days, that thing can expand to $2, right? It's a pretty good risk-reward scenario. This trader's not looking for a massive slide back down to 12, 10, $9 or anything like that. They just think that maybe over the next nearly 2 months that we're going to see some more weakness in the airlines. The break even, $14.40. That's about 3% below the current share price in there. So you don't need a massive move to the downside. Or it could be somebody hedging an existing long stock position also. You got to take these into consideration when you're looking at some of the unusual option flows. But 15,000 lot put spread, pretty big.
Yeah, they just need one 50-cent drop, and they're in the clear.
Yeah.
We're at $14.90 even right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about your bullish trades. Palantir and Coinbase. Let's go Palantir first, as earnings are behind the company, and it's hanging on after a drop from 20 bucks down to 15. But today's bounce definitely helps maintain the range they've been in around this report.
Yeah, and the report was basically in line. Some positive momentum in the U.S. commercial business. That's what they probably need to expand a little bit. They've got those government contracts here, but they mentioned AI in their conference call repeatedly, and that's why the stock's up 138% so far this year, up another 4% today. But so this is getting thrown into that mix. Their new platform that they have, think about all these companies that are trying to get into AI. How do you do it, right? Well, they have a platform for companies to get involved in where they show them how they can, basically streamline their businesses, use AI to help efficiencies across the board. So I think the guidance here, that's why you're seeing the move in the stock, not only because it's AI, but the platform that they've developed here. It's called Artificial Intelligence Platform. AIP is what they're selling to consumers at this point. A lot of bullish momentum in this name this year, and in the option market today with the stock up over 4%. Trader bought 25,000 really short-term options, the September 1st weekly series. So only 3 days till expiration. The 16 strike call, they paid a debit of 16 for on average debit of 16 cents on those. So the break even for this trader, or these traders, it's probably multiple, because we didn't see any big, huge, like 5,000 lots on this.
Okay.
The 25,000 lot is made up of small increments across the board. But that break even of 16.16 over the next 3 days, that's only about 5.5% above the current share price, but it's really short-term positioning. And if this rally continues into the end of August, I could easily see the Palantir, which can move 5, 10, 15% in a day, get above that break even.
All right. So once again here, they're looking for a fairly muted move at minimum. 16 break even, not too far off from here after today's rally.
Right.
Kind of similar to the American trade. They start making money just 50 cents off. This trade starts making money a little more than a buck away from here. All right, let's talk Coinbase. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Up 15%.
Yep.
And to me, it's like, on the one hand, it's totally not new that crypto does irrational stuff. But like this one in particular is like, you have a business and then you have new competition that is like obviously going to eat away at their market share of how people invest and trade this stuff, but they're up.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it seems so obviously a negative catalyst for them.
I think I think a lot of traders, investors, when you hear this news about the grayscale,
traders and investors,
vacating
crypto
order,
people just go berserk. It's like whenever there's anything positive, it doesn't matter. You got Solana up today, you got Pig Coin up, you got Poop Coin up.
Riot up, Marathon,
yeah, all of them.
Yep. And think about this, one word, legitimacy. And that's what I think the industry wants as a whole, and that's why I think traders and investors are getting in on this. There was a note out of Mizuho, Dan Delev, that's on the network once in a while,
he's
talking about this.
Coinbase.
Oh yeah, he goes, this is actually opening up more competition for Coinbase. So how is this going to improve what they do?
It seems like super obvious, not good for Coinbase, but I mean, it's not like horrible for them. It's not like there's another exchange opening up, but if the idea is that people are going to be brought in to the crypto world from this easy, cheap vehicle of an ETF, then that is a major potential risk to those flows making their way into Coinbase trading. So, all right, but somebody's bullish, obviously. What'd you see?
Yeah, in the September 1st weekly, so a lot of positioning short term in this name on the big pop today. The 85 strike call, they bought over 15,000 of those earlier today. Average debit of about 250. And this was in small increments across the board, not one big 15,000 lot. So if they paid 250, the break even for these traders, 87.50 over the next 3 days. That's only about 3% above the current share price in there. Call volume 5 times normal daily average volume. Over 200,000 calls have traded on the day. So when you see a stock like this, especially Coinbase, anything connected with Bitcoin, you're going to see massive volume flows, and no different today. 5 times normal daily average volume that we've seen over the last week of trading. So yeah, positioning into the end of the week that, hey, this Bitcoin rally of 7.5% is going to continue, and the Coinbase rally is going to continue. 15% is a pretty major move for this name. By the way, Mizuho's Dan Delev he reiterated his $27 price target and underperform rating.
Yeah, wow. All right. He is definitely king of the bears.
Yeah. Option traders are going against him
right now.
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, even after today's bounce, obviously, zoom out in the long-term chart of Coinbase, and it's been brutal, but it's been very sideways, for almost, more than a year now, essentially.
I mean, stock's up 140% this year.
Right.
Yeah.
And, down, 350
and that's
divided by 420, whatever that percent is.
And that's with Bitcoin flatlined below 30K per month. So, yeah, it's pretty shocking that the stock's up that much.
All right. Thanks, Tom, for the trades.